Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video of World of Warships, and today I will answer a very important question for you guys. And a lot of players do want to get the very answer of that. And that is which super ship they should pick first. Especially if they are newer players, this video will definitely gonna help a lot because I will be explaining the main reasons why this super ship will be so helpful for you if you play, and why this is very powerful compared to the other ships at tier 11 or the super list. We have a lot of super ships as of right now, and it's very difficult because, well, they're going to be costing you a lot of credits, and you want to answer that question, that which super ship is the best. So I will answer it in a different format. It's going to be one super ship from a battleship that I will explain, one super cruiser that I will explain, one carrier that I will explain, and one destroyer. Last but not the least, destroyer that I think is very much worthy of your important credits that you are going to spend on a super ship, because again, they will cost you a lot of credits, and also if you play them in randoms, they will also going to be costing a lot because of their post-battle services. So let's talk about the battleship side first, which I would say is going to be the Maine. This is the super battleship, which is the Montana upgrade at tier 11. Now, why Maine? Out of all super battleships that we have, like for example, we have the Patri, we have the Devastation, we have the Satsuma, which is very close in terms of the super ship pick. But why Maine? Well, Maine is basically the package that is designed for everyone here. Like, it's not exactly like the crazy sniper like you find on Satsuma. It's not like having the guns that you find on Republic or Patri, 12 of them, right? Kind of like that, but it's in a different way. Its survivability is the best out of all super battleships that I can say in this entire game. The very important problem for battleships is something that kind of gets mitigated or reduced in this battleship. Now, Maine has access to something that no one has, which I will explain. It's the F key that I'm talking about. But let's talk about the main guns. You will not going to get a battleship that has very accurate volleys, 16 guns onto a super ship like Maine. So you do have 406 Montana guns, 16 of them 1.7 Sigma, and if you build the upgrade with the dispersion mod, which it reduces the dispersion by -11, the Maine gets very accurate even with 1.7 Sigma. By the way, remember that the Montana at tier 10 does have 1.9 Sigma. So it's definitely a downside. But because of these 16 guns that it gets, Wargaming decided to nerf the Sigma or the accuracy parameter of the ship. Okay, so even with 16 guns and slightly worse accuracy, it's kind of still very powerful, even more than Montana. The reload time is also on the higher side. Maybe you can somewhat say that Montana will still do pretty nice with 1.9 Sigma, but Maine definitely on broadside battleships can hit a lot more shells, right, onto the broadside target. That's what I have seen when I'm playing the Maine. Also, the upgrade over the Montana is going to be the torpedo protection. By the way, if I say that the closest contender to the Maine is going to be the Satsuma, okay, now Satsuma is also not a bad pick at all. This is something that is a very something of an exception, I would say. Like, Satsuma is a sniper. It's literally a sniper, but it's not like a generalist. It's not going to be good in, I would say, close ranges or even like sort of mid-close ranges, because it's exposed citadel. It's citadel is exposed. Like, even the Maine does have exposed citadel, right? But Satsuma gets a lot much more vulnerable because you cannot like having a very good perfect angled setup once you are using all the guns onto a target. You can't be perfectly angled because of this, not the exact angling, or I would say not the perfect angling that you find on Satsuma. But Satsuma is also perfectly fine. But even then, why Maine? 16 guns, really good broadside. You will smash battleships. I'm telling you, on broadsides, Satsuma with F key can be absolutely devastating, which I will explain if you don't know. But the main key feature is the guns, which I still love. 406mm guns. I have improved the alpha with the help of captain skills, which does makes its firepower a lot more superior. So you have like the hardest hitting sort of broadside salvo that you can get. Probably Satsuma cannot even get that. Maine does get this, okay, with this, super heavy AP shells. And then you have heals, and then you have the F key, which I will explain here. Like, the F key is something that really changes the game, how the battleships really work. Maine does have something that if you're able to shell hit a lot onto the enemy ship, like the more shell hits, the more the F key loads. And once the F key gets loaded, well, you're not going to take fire duration damage by minus 65%. You're also going to take fire duration damage less in flooding. It's minus 65% in specific. So more than half the damage will be mitigated for 45 seconds if you are using this immediate threat elimination, which means that the fire problems that you mostly find on battleships at any tier will be like gone for like, it's basically gonna be reducing the fire damage to you like 2/3. The 2/3 of the fire damage is gone for 45 seconds if the fire is lit upon you. So if you have double fires, for example, you press the F key and that fire damage is like 2/3 gone. Only the 1/3 of the fire damage will deal something to you, which on a battleship that is having that much HP is crazy. And I can't emphasize enough how much the survivability Maine gets because of this. And torpedo protection, you don't forget that. Like, this torpedo protection is very close to that of Satsuma. Yes, Satsuma is still the king, but I would say the Maine is the queen. Maine has like superior torpedo protection, like really good. And the Maine like seems very, very consistent with the guns as well. And its armor is also not bad at all. Like 38mm side, 38mm deck, so at least light cruisers cannot punch through this armor, okay? Even the Harugumos that have like 30mm pen, or some cruisers like Sevilla. Yes, your superstructure is big, but any light cruiser or destroyer shell will not gonna do damage. Your broadside, your citadel is definitely vulnerable, definitely gonna be there. You can see here, this is a vulnerable citadel. It's above waterline, but man, it's tankier, it's thicker, it's slightly better than Montana. And if you are angled enough, if you play it to the exact right positions, you will definitely find Maine to be pretty serious contender out of all super ships. Like, compared to the Patri, Devastation, it's gonna do wonders because of this F key feature. Like, this feature is crazy. Also, one more thing that I would say really makes Maine good is the anti-defense. Anti-defense of the Maine is actually very powerful. You just go and check that out. Like, Maine anti-defense, if you have the F key ready, also improves the continuous AA damage by plus 25%. It's kind of like a weird version of defensive wave fire, but only gives the continuous AA damage buff. And on top of the 99 rating, it's probably the highest out of all super battleships in the game, I think. If I'm not wrong, like, it's even better than Patri, which is definitely there. Like, Maine is like serious in terms of entire defense. Like actually something that can defend against TVs, right? And you have like short range, medium range, long range, all of them having like 400 plus damage. And this is gonna do serious damage to the CV planes, especially with the F key if you use it. If the CV is like FDR, the continuous AA damage definitely gonna be hurting a lot. Like, it's that good. Unless someone has heal, like if there's a Shinano or there's a carrier that do have heals on its torpedo bombers, that's an exception. But at least it can drop you once, but not the twice. Or at least it won't be dropping you many, many times, because a lot of planes will be shutting down by the Maine AA, which is like the really key thing that I would say is good about the Maine, which you don't do it on Satsuma. Satsuma does have like really accurate guns with the F key. It's just absolutely broken in that regard, without a doubt. It's destructive in its nature on broadside, but the Maine is also destructive as well. It's not lacking in any department. In fact, the survivability is way better than Satsuma in the long run. And that's why I love Maine for absolute, like, all the reasons that I have explained here. It's better than Patri in my opinion. Again, survivability makes more sense. It will survive. It does have a lot of heals, and if you use the I would say this improved reparted readiness, you can have 6 heals. You have improved healing capability, like you can heal at I think 25,000 HP in a single heal, or 30,000 HP in a single heal, which is like really good. You can heal like 125,000 HP or something like that. if I'm not wrong. So like it's crazy. You just heal a lot. You have a good healing potential in the main, and you have a lot of good HP, like 120,000 HP. So it's a really good package. If this is the super ship that you want, I think you cannot go wrong with this. Satsuma can be your second pick. I must say, if you love sniper perspective, you can pick Satsuma. But in all around, very powerful characteristics in terms of survivability and the gun performance as well. You cannot go wrong with Maine, especially with the anti-defense. This anti-defense, if you hate CVs, somehow makes you chuckle, makes you feel happy that you are doing something against aircraft carriers like never before. I'm telling you that. With the F key, it's definitely going to happen. I trust me in that, 100%. It's definitely going to put a dent on the CV. So I would say very, very good super ship that you should pick first for battleship perspective. Now let's talk about the cruisers, okay? Now there are a lot of cruisers, and I would say the best cruiser out of all of them is going to be the Annapolis. There is no other way of saying it. This cruiser is insane. Like literally a definition of DPM. That the disgusting DPM that you can get on a super ship. Like Annapolis is like, it's the armor layout isn't changed, which is again a similar thing that you find on Des Moines, 30mm deck side. So that's the same thing, even the 27mm bow. If you have played Des Moines and you are going to think of Annapolis, what makes a huge difference in Annapolis is going to be two things, or at least a couple of things. First of all, the gun performance. Gun performance is just crazy. 5.5 seconds of base reload time, and you have extra gun, which makes it 12. And you have like super heavy AP that Des Moines and Annapolis is always known for. It's just crazy, man. Your DPM is just absurd. Your range is slightly improved over Des Moines. Your gun performance is just crazy. You have cruiser dispersion. Okay, again, it's a cruiser. The smaller caliber guns, cruiser dispersion should be expected. It's decent HP, slightly better than Des Moines, although they have actually nerfed the Annapolis HP. It used to be slightly higher, but now it's sitting at 54,500. But man, it has like all the tools that can help you carry the games. And also one more tool that just makes Annapolis insane. Again, the F key. Okay, now you find it on Conde as well. Now this is, I would say, in my opinion, if you have got the Annapolis, the first super ship Annapolis, then I can lean towards the Conde. But that's another topic, right? I don't want to talk about the Conde. I want to talk about the Annapolis. So Annapolis with the absurd DPM, HE, AP DPM is just absolutely wrecking the battleships and cruisers, especially if you are using the islands as cover. It's just absolutely crazy. You just farm damage so much in a short time. You do have heals, you do have the radar. Your radar lasts very long. You can counter destroyers, you can have a hydro, and what really not. And you have the F key that can give you a burst, 3 burst, and the time between the burst is 1.32 seconds. So that's crazy. So any cruiser that is broadsiding you and it's trying to turn out, you just press the F key, or any destroyer that is running away from the radar, and he's about to get out of the 10 kilometer of your radar range, and you know he's going to get unspotted, you just instantly press the F key. If you are going behind the island, and you know that the island will gonna make you wait for quite some time, you can just use the F key. Like F key has so many uses, and especially like crazy, disgusting uses whenever you want to have. Like this extra thing that you're getting over Des Moines is just really powerful. And your DPM improvement is just really powerful. Your anti-defense, funny enough, is actually very powerful. Mind you, I haven't talked about the anti-defensive air fire here. If you use the defensive air fire, and you use this continuous A damage, and if you even build it for AA, if you want to build it for AA, I'm telling you, the CV will you're just gonna ruin the CV day. Actually, you're gonna ruin the CV day. It's the exact opposite, that the CV ruins your day. I'm saying that you ruins the CV day with defensive air fire, because this AA is gonna be devastating. Really, it's not a ship that you should mess with. Although it does have a lot of skill involved. Like if you just broadside, one thing that I would say is it's something that is just way better over Des Moines is the armor. Specifically about the Citadel. Like this Citadel is kind of weird. It has spaced armor. If I can show you, like this is a spaced armor. It looks like that you can Citadel Annapolis, but sometimes this spaced armor somehow managed to soak up the AP penetration or something like it do something with the AP. I don't exactly kind of tell you like how it does work, but what I can say that sometimes it trolls you. You get full pens, you don't get Citadels. If you are slightly angered or something like that. This spaced armor works so well that you cannot do it on Des Moines. I'm telling you this. This is the best thing about the Annapolis. Like look at this, man. This armor is crazy. Now this is the Citadel armor. Then you have the space in between, and then you have like torpedo belt and even like 170. So the armor Citadel armor belt is just straight up better than Des Moines. Yeah, you can actually troll someone sometimes, and you are not going to get Citadel. I have gotten into this situation many times where I didn't able to Citadel the Annapolis. I don't know by why and what reason, even though the Citadel is definitely raised above waterline. So concealment is almost as the same as Des Moines. So I mean this firepower you won't find on even Conde. Conde is a different beast. And the second ship that you should, and I would say you must pick is the Conde, but the Annapolis is the first because of this insane DPM. It's just really powerful because of that. Must worth of your credits if you are looking to get your first super ship. Annapolis, you cannot go wrong with this. This is a monster, especially if you have the Halsey. If you get the Halsey, you get the Confederate, you just improve the reload time. You have light cruiser levels of reload time with the 20% buff on the guns. It's just crazy. It just farms like ridiculous. No one can out DPM Annapolis in this game. And then you have radar, right? So you can just take on the DDs or cruisers that are behind the island. Oh, I would say not behind the islands, in the smoke. So it's pretty powerful. The ship that I would say is the Annapolis. Absolutely worth it. It's gonna make you chuckle a bit if you get maybe depth strikes with the F key. That's definitely gonna happen. Annapolis is worth it. Okay, so now after the Annapolis, we are taking a look at the destroyers. Now, destroyers are very weird in the super ship lineup, okay? There's Yamagiri, that is very powerful for torpedoes. There's Zorki, that is good for, gunboat performance. And even the Kunming is kind of like torpedoes, and Dalarna is also for torpedoes. But out of all these 4 torpedo boats, or I would say torpedo, or maybe you can say like gunboat and torpedo boat destroyer, out of all these destroyers, Yamagiri is recommended that you get first. Now, this is a very specific sort of niche that I'm explaining here. Like, this is my personal opinion, and the niche that Yamagiri has is something that no destroyer gets. Like Zorki, here, I will explain like why I didn't even pick Zorki, why I didn't even pick Kunming. Like Kunming is a very good contender compared to the Yamagiri for torpedo boat. Or maybe the Zorki, you can say, like, why not Zorki as a gunboat destroyer? It's good, it's really powerful. Like, why? And the answer is pretty simple. Now, Yamagiri, unlike Shimakaze, has a couple of things in its sleeve that the Shimakaze can only dream of. Literally, at this point, the Shimakaze at tier 10, which is the lower tier compared to the Yamagiri, can only dream of these things. Now, the Yamagiri has 6 guns. Yamagiri has better reload time, which means better DPM. So you have better DPM, you have a very, very high chance dealing against tier 10 destroyers. And the funny thing is, if you're playing super ships, you're mostly going to be fighting tier 10s. People don't pick super ships. This is a huge advantage. And Yamagiri gets the cake because of this huge advantage. Yamagiri has now straight up better DPM than Shimakaze, and have also access to something that Zorki has access. Even the Joshua Humphreys has access, and that is going to be the F key. So why Yamagiri once again? Again, the same problem. Zorki has the F key, Joshua Humphreys has the same F key, so the Yamagiri also have the F key. So upon looking at the Zorki and Joshua Humphreys, I will gonna pick Yamagiri because you have the F key. You are not losing out on anything compared to these destroyers. Okay, but here comes one more thing that makes it really good. If you're trying to smoke up, okay, and if you find the DD that is like having HP, you cannot fight against the gunboat. Just giving you a case scenario, okay? You just simply use the F key. You cannot do that on Shima, okay? You smoke up, you quickly disengage, and you just use the F key with this DPM. I mean, you can shoot the guns 1 or 2 times without F key, and then you can use the F key by using the smoke, which gives you some advantage, even against gunboat destroyers. Like, they can lose almost half of their HP because of this F key. Now, you can do that on Joshua Humphreys and Zorki, but you can do that also on Yamagiri, and that's the very important thing I'm emphasizing. Zorki is a gunboat. Okay, it has 8 guns, but 4.7 seconds of reload time. Yes, the DPM is definitely higher compared to the Yamagiri. The Joshua Humphreys also have better DPM than the Yamagiri, I must say. But even then, Yamagiri torpedoes is the second thing that just makes it even more devastating. Like, HP is also something that is just really good. Like 26,000 over 21,400 that you find on Shimakaze is a huge improvement. Yamagiri HP actually is a huge improvement, I must say. So I say, with this HP, with this F key, with the torpedoes, by the way, you have like 2 types of torpedoes that you also find on Minugumo. So you can have like 12-kilometer torpedoes that you usually use on Shimakaze. The same good old torpedoes, but 18 of them, not 15. It's an upgrade again. Once again, the guns is an upgrade because of the DPM. The F key is an upgrade over the Shimakaze, and like even the having the same thing that you find on Joshua Humphreys and Zorki, and also the torpedoes is just straight up better than Joshua Humphreys and Zorki. Yes, the exception might be Kunming, but Kunming cannot hit DDs. Yamagiri can hit DDs, and it can hit extremely hard. Okay, so you can use these torpedoes, and if you are a fan of 20-kilometer torpedoes that you find on Shimakaze, you can always switch to 20-kilometer. And funny enough, these can be very useful if you are sending these torpedoes onto a stationary CV. That's how, I mean, or a stationary target at long range. If he's bowing in and you want to send those 20-kilometer torpedoes, you can send them. And it's going to be difficult to dodge 18 torpedoes if you just having a very quick and tighter sort of torpedoes, and there's no distance between them. If you just send them that way, these alternate torpedoes, even though they have really bad detection, can also catch any battleship or maybe any ship on a bow-in situation surprised. So that is like really good. Flexibility. You get that flexibility, you get the guns, you get the best of the concealment. You're basically having the Shimakaze concealment. You're having really insane speed. Again, the upgrade of a Shimakaze is also on speed. Like, it's crazy. Yamagiri is just a straight up upgrade over Shimakaze in every perspective. Every perspective, almost. Even the speed is better. The turning circle might not be, but the speed can go, if you really build it for speed, if you use it with brisk, if you use the swift and silence, right? I think you can go around like 46, 47 knots. Like, it's crazy how much fast you can go with this. Like, it's an insane package. Yamagiri is like crazy good. And you cannot forget about the F key. I cannot emphasize enough, the F key just makes it good. And because of these things, it just straight up make me think that it's a better ship over Joshua Humphreys and also the Zorki. 110%. You have the smokes, so you're not missing out on even smoke like you find on Joshua Humphreys. Yes, Zorki uses a heel. It's a gunboat niche. But even compared to the Kunming can send stupid amount of torpedoes. There's no other way of saying it. It just send 36 torpedoes. Literally 36 torpedoes between 8 seconds. Like, there's a difference of 8 seconds and you can send 36 torpedoes, which is kind of crazy. You can do that on Kunming, but you don't have the gunpowder. You don't have the F key. Your reload time is not good at all. Your HP is also worse. It's weird. Your concealment is worse. Your speed is worse. Like, so it just makes sense. With really good concealment, you have the highest advantage on taking on DDs, I must say. So, because of this, yes, the torpedo DPM, at least if you are not using torpedo reload booster, might not be looking that great compared to Kunming. But even then, Yamagiri is a kicker. It's an absolute, really good sort of destroyer if you want to play it in randoms and, if possible, in ranked. For sure, it should be your first super ship. You will love it. If you love the Shimakaze, you will love the Yamagiri. And if you want to get something that can fight against gunboat destroyers in a torpedo boat package, Yamagiri is definitely there, for sure. Okay, Last but not the least, now we are going to take a look at the carriers. We have the Sekiryu, okay, which is the Japanese carrier. We have the Eagle, and we also have the United States. Now, well, this is my personal opinion. I think Eagle is also pretty powerful. The United States, compared to what it used to be previously, is not that good. Unfortunately, it got nerfed several times, so much, and its armor profile is so lacking for its tier. Like, look at that, 38 millimeter deck armor. Like, this is tier 8, tier 9 levels of deck armor. Yes, you won't be getting overmatched, but man, I mean, a lot of cruisers can just simply pen on you. So there are problems with the United States with the armor, but man, Sekiryu should be your first super ship, in my opinion. If you want to take a look at the super carriers, you cannot go wrong with this carrier. Now, why Sekiryu? Now, Sekiryu is basically a Hakuryu with extras, and that's basically what it's down to. Sekiryu actually having no change with the attack aircraft, no change with the torpedo bombers, and torpedo bombers is something that is the best out of all aircraft carriers in the game. Like, the torpedo bombers of Hakuryu are the best. Those are hard-hitting, very insanely powerful, very tight grouping of those torpedoes. If you have played Hakuryu, you know what I'm talking about. Those torpedo bombers that you will be finding on Hakuryu, you will also find on Sekiryu, and then you have the AP bombers. Also, one more thing to note, that their HP will be definitely better than Hakuryu. So the torpedo bombers can have very good HP. Like, look at that torpedo bomber, 22.3k HP. That is almost as good as the tier 10 British aircraft carrier torpedo bombers, or you can maybe compare it to the tankier torpedo bomber that you find on American ones. Like, the Japanese having the low, like, Japanese are known for very squishy planes. But I mean, we are talking about Supership and the Supership's HP. I have used the heel here, and then I'm using the Ryozo Suzuki. This is a captain which improves its skill on the survivability expert. Kind of makes it such that your torpedo bombers now getting almost 2.4k HP on each plane, which can be now kind of tankier, to be honest. Now, these are tanky torpedo bombers somehow. And Superships getting extra survivability because of the tier increase, which is 30, which is definitely going to helping Sekiryu more than Hakuryu, and I would say compared to all the carriers at tier 10. So, I mean, you're not losing out on anything. And then you have like extra, which I have explained, like, which I have said before. Like, you have extra rockets. You send a lot of rockets. You have like jet fighters attached to it. Like, these go like crazy in speed, 372 knots, and these go like 390 knots. So like, and those torpedoes are like 4 of them. You send those torpedoes having a very tight dispersion. I mean, you can just absolutely wreck battleship for 20k with these torpedoes. Like, this is the package that you're getting on Sekiryu, okay? And you're not losing out on anything. Your armor is better than all the other carriers. 95 millimeter deck, 40 millimeter deck here. Like, the deck armor is just very tanky. Even the Eagle does not have that tanky deck. As you can see here, this is like very small 102 millimeter deck armor. And then this is 38 millimeter deck armor that you find on even like, what, the United States. United States has the worst armor. I mean, any battleship shell that's going to hit here is going to cause a Citadel. This is what it is. Like, this. Look at this. This deck armor is overmatchable, by the way, by every battleship salvo. So yeah, United States armor is not the best. The torpedo bombers that you're getting on in the tactical aircraft, I know if you want to play the super ships, super carriers, the only reason to play it to just get the feel of the jet planes, right? How fast they are, how close, how much closer they can get towards the target within that period of time. That is the reason that you play super ships, okay? I mean, and for their payloads. And unfortunately, United States got several nerfs on the torpedoes, okay? By the way, to just give you an perspective or the reference, United States used to have 8,200 torpedo damage on a single torpedo. Now it has 6,100. That is a huge nerf over time. Like, that's how badly nerfed the United States torpedo bombers got. Okay? Even the Eagle has gotten nerfed, right? Before the nerfs, Eagle used to have less damage on the bombers, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they have the less damage on the bombers. it used to have like 7,600 damage on the bombs, and even the rockets used to have like more damage. They have nerfed the damage on the rockets as well as in the bombs. And so that's where Eagle starts to get a bit weird, at least for me. I'm not going to say it's bad at all. It's very toe-to-toe with the Sekiryu, like really good. But I mean, I'm a lover of IGN planes, like these torpedo bombers that you find on Hakuryu. Having more tankiness at super level is crazy, and the AP bombs are the same. There's no nerf on the Sekiryu whatsoever, and the torpedo bombers, yes, they got nerfed a bit, but you still spam 4 drops. So you're just really good super ship, super CV. You will find if you find the Hakuryu very enjoyable, definitely Sekiryu is for you. And if you find the Audacious not so enjoyable, because Audacious is unfortunately one of the worst tier 10 CVs in the game, you actually going to find Eagle surprisingly powerful after playing the Audacious. That's how much of an improvement the Eagle gets, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why Audacious got nerfed so badly, or at least why Audacious didn't get any buffs after they have released the Eagle, but here we are. So I think you cannot go wrong with Eagle. I think I have explained some of the strengths. Maybe I might have missed some, but I think this is what it's down to. The tankiness, the planes, and everything that you are finding at the... here's one thing that I might be missing out, okay? United States, because of the tactical planes, he's losing out on torpedo bomber armament. The Sekiryu is not losing out on this. It has all the armaments that you find on Hakuryu slapped onto the Sekiryu. And even the Eagle is missing out one thing, which is the rockets, which is again good against destroyers, so it's not having it on the Eagle kinda makes it a bit lacking, but it's not too bad. Still, it's not too bad. But even then, I love Sekiryu. I think I have more biasness towards it, and I still think that it should be your first super ship to pick, regardless of the gimmicks that you find on United States and Eagle. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you get some idea where to start, which super ship to pick, and I hope this will be helpful for you. Why I think Yamagiri is good, why I think Satsuma is good, why I think Annapolis, and why I think Sekiryu is good. I think I have explained everything to my best. I think I might be wrong in a couple of areas. Maybe you might not be agreeing with my statements. Totally up to you, but I want to give you some idea. Till then, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.